Sorry about that, fellas. Okay, we're back into the game, and here we have Cook. He's gonna take off. Looks like they were gonna try to do the speed option again. He gets 1 yard there at the 50-yard line. You gotta expect, big hitters like Moore, Michkov, Carter Hart. All these guys with the huge hit power, obviously Moore and Hart, obviously with the 2 forced fumbles. They gotta hit the quarterback when he gets out there like that. That's your prime time to get to him. And when you kind of think about it, weirdly enough, this is kind of the offense you kind of want to see from Ramona, opening up the run game, passing when needed, and looking at how this offense is flowing right now for Serra, it's kind of what you want to see from Ramona. And we just haven't gotten that to that point. Obviously, it's still early. We're in the 7th game of the season, but it's about that time we got to start working out the kinks and figuring it out, because taking losses like this, like you said earlier in the games, it's going to come back to bite you, and it could possibly lead to you not making the playoffs. As there goes Carter again for a 3-yard. Absolutely, and it's like you said, they're not even coming down on the run sometimes. There goes Wika with a huge hit. Still, 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line. I don't know what really can be said about this defense, but it's got to be better. Obviously, things aren't working the way they're supposed to. There goes a first down, and Cook now has 151 yards in the game. And like we just said, the secondary's got to come down and make plays. Obviously, the defense is setting the edge, but players like Michkov, Ruckus on the edge, sometimes Trapper, also just players like Mackay, players like there goes Suck with his sack, his first, I believe, of the game, and the first for our team. And it's just plays like that. You got to come down and make plays, and you got to expect that Ramona is going to do that coming down the stretch. Obviously, like we said, this defense is relentless. They continue to go after it no matter what the score is, and plays like that are what keeps people in football games. And touchdown. Unfortunate play. 3rd and goal. Thaddeus Quimby, who I believe has been very, very quiet this season. I believe 0 touchdowns in the season. And I don't even understand how he gets there. Michkov, no answer there. Absolutely. And when you look, not only did they score, but they scored, and it took them about, 7 minutes to get down the field, which is a lot of time for a scoring drive. So you got to expect that Ramona's going to, want to try to score quick to keep the game from getting out of hand. But down by 10, 3rd quarter, you still got a 4th quarter to go, but we got to see something big from this offense here. and I think they're going to look to do that. As there goes Corrant with a huge play as he gets him to the 49. I really think he got to the 50 there, but at the 49-yard line, and it's just plays like that you're going to need more of. Get the drag route to your tight end. Make a quick out route to your wide receiver. Give the quick swing pass to your running back. It's just plays like that, and I think Jones, has to not get too caught up in making the big play, because obviously the big play will be there when it needs to be there, but you can't always expect it, especially with a team like this who obviously already has 2 players with 4 picks on the season. You got to play smart football, and as we're going to see a run here to Bo, who's going to go up into the second level. Huge run there by Bo, and this is the answer you want to see from the offense, who didn't score at the beginning of the second half, and obviously are already down 10 scores. This is what your defense likes to see. 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see what Ramona has. Absolutely, and I think that's something that they want to do. Obviously, the corners are kind of playing him a little tighter than usual. Hasn't been really a chance to give off the bomb, but here goes Drones as he makes the audible here to start off the fourth quarter. He drops back, looks, he's going to roll out, doesn't see anything. Yep, the throw out of bounds. Great play. That's a smart football play that you have to make. Live to fight another day. Let's see if Ramona can at least get a first down and try to push the chains and keep this drive going. Absolutely, and here we are on 2nd and 10. We're going to see Drones grab the ball. Drop, same play basically, gives it to Kimmel, a better spot this time, and he will get the first down at the 11-yard line. Let's see what Ramona's going to do here as they get ready for, expecting a touchdown here. And here goes Drones, is going to drop back, looks again, Corrant, huge play, and like we said last week, he's got to start finding Corrant again. And I think that's what he's doing. He's looking, he's realizing that, obviously when you have a tight end who can damn near do it all, you got to give him the ball a little bit more. And I think he's starting to realize that. Here goes Drones. He's going to try to run for it, and he's going to get it. And Ramona, if they make the field goal, is only 3 points away from tying this game. If they score, obviously take the lead. Huge play. That's now a passing and rushing touchdown for Kyron Jones. Way to make a play there. Absolutely, and I think one of the best things we just saw was that drive only took 4 minutes. And like we said, smart, fast football, and that's what they just did. Beautiful drive, can't cap it off any better. Like we said, a dual threat quarterback is amazing to have on your team, and Jones is showing that. It's showing the reason why for that. They get at the 30-yard line. Obviously, the task is stopping Nolan Carter. Is there any answer we have for him, or is there just try to hope that we can contain him in any possible way? And there we are with a huge stop on the screen pass by You Suck. 4th and 8. You expect to see a punt. Beautiful stop by Ramona to give the offense a chance to take the lead.
It's a big stop there. Get the ball back very quickly. And just to try and generate your own offense.
And the fair catch there by Davis at the 25. Here we go with Drones. Let's see if he can make a play here for the offense. Alright, and here we are. We have Drones getting ready to drop back as we saw the fair catch from Keon Davis. Drones back into the pistol. Like I said, new for Drones. He's getting used to it. He gets a run off to Bo. Bo's trying to get to the edge. Trying to do the same thing that Carter did, but unfortunately gets stopped. You gotta be better at setting the edge if you want to make plays like that work, obviously. Here we go with Drones, 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line this time. He's going to give the ball off again to Bo. A bit of a questionable play call as he only gets one on the day, as he only gets one on that play. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's got to be a pass there. You're already behind the sticks. Your run game hasn't done much today. And Drones is going to take it to the air here. He's got plenty of time in the pocket. He's launching it downfield. Looking. He's got a guy. It's underthrown, broken up. That was the play they needed there. And they're going to need another defensive stop here. Just underthrows Ryan Williams, who had absolutely burnt his corner. Unfortunate there for Ramona.
Absolutely, and it's still a young arm. Kind of a good kick there, but still a young arm. But all you can do is sigh. Sigh from the opposite fans who clearly thought that should have been a touchdown. Sigh from us because it should have been a touchdown, and just a poor underthrow by Drones. Luckily, it wasn't picked off, but at that point, you kind of want it to be. At that point, we don't really get a great punt. And there's Mackey with a huge hit. Now the defense has to only give up 3 if they want to keep a chance alive for Ramona to win this game.
Yeah, touchdown will pretty much seal it here, and it's a great throw there. A bad bounce off tackle there, and it's just been a struggle for Ramona all day on defense. Uncharacteristic.
Absolutely, and after the Rams game, winning by only 3, you had to think, okay, it's getting a little serious to where, we're not scoring as much, we're not doing as much on defenses. There goes Carter again with a huge play. Now on the 7-yard line, it's going to get tougher and tougher to make these stops, but I trust the team. I think we can get it done, but you got to see especially more from our 2 guys up front. Davion Dello, Gio Love, I say that he almost makes a play there. But you got to expect more from the big guys up front. Got to be able to stop the run.
Yeah, they have not been very effective today. And they're going three wide here. Trips left. And they're going to throw the ball. He's got him wide open, but it's stopped short there. A nice tackle. 3rd and goal at the 2. Expect the run. This is the biggest play of the game right here for Ramona. They need to stop.
Absolutely, and sometimes at this point, all the fans should be just crossing their fingers as they're gonna go jet sweep. Can they get the stop? And they do. Stewart, a 5-tackle game. Wika came up with the cleanup. Obviously, I think Carter expected to get the ball there. They don't give it to Carter. Interesting play call, but nonetheless, Ramona now has a chance to win this game.
Yeah, Ramona down just 6. A touchdown will tie it. The extra point will give them the lead. And strange play calling there from Junipero Serra. You expect them to give it to their back, who's rushed for over 120 yards today and already has 2 touchdowns. You expect him to get the ball in that situation. They don't. And now Ramona's got almost 4 minutes, 3 timeouts, and the 2-minute warning to go down and score a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a great return. That's what you expect from your juice guy and Keon Davis to get you at the 31-yard line on that kick return. And now we're going to see Ramona get ready. As we put Davis into motion, they're going to give it. Oh, it's a play action here. I'm assuming he's going to look deep, but instead he gets sacked for a 7-yard loss. And now it's 2nd and 17. Unfortunate turn of events as Ramona has this game. You know, they have it. And it looks like they're intentionally costing it at this point.
Yeah, just nothing opened up on the play action. They'll go here again, and it's just grossly overthrown. Again, Drone's missing passes that he needs to make. The lights are too bright for the freshman right there. That was a needed throw to cut this down. 3rd and 17, Drones will step back. Plenty of time in the pocket. He throws and he makes the completion to Corrant. And he's down to the 50. A huge conversion there on 3rd and 17. They needed it bad.
The same guy he just overthrew, Devin Corrant, obviously coming right over the middle. You don't expect the defense to give you that, but he finds the zone right in between the 2 players right there. And huge plays. We just talked about drive killers. Talk about the defense right now. Having them on their heels, giving up a huge play like that after you think that you got the quarterback rattled and drone. He's not going to give up as he gets a great play there to number 6 for 6 yards, Keon Davis on the 45-yard line. We're going to see after the 2-minute warning if Ramona has what it takes to come out with a win, or will there be a 2-loss streak and questions starting to form on whether or not this team is a legitimate playoff contender.
They need this win here, and it's a good first down. Thrown to Kimmel, I believe. No, it's Keon Davis. I've done that all game, but you guys wouldn't know. Just based off my technical difficulties today. But, you know, we're here. Keon Davis, another big catch. He's kept his team in it.
Drones is going to look to Williams there. 2nd and 5. Yeah, like we said, you know, it's very unfortunate with these technological difficulties. Obviously, you know, we try hard to make the commentary and the stream look as great as possible, but, you know, shit happens, and technology is sometimes not on our side as they try the screen pass and unfortunately goes backwards for 4 yards, and they're going to call a timeout. Looks like he wants to see something different from the offense. Do you think they can kick a field goal and then get a stop?
I don't think there's enough time, especially after you've used 2 of your timeouts here. It's touchdown or bust. You got to score on this drive or it's game over, and a second bad loss in a row as the screen to Bo gets shut down at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 9. Kyron Drones calling the audible, steps back. They need it bad. He's going deep. Broken up, and that's going to be another loss here for Ramona. A second bad loss. They dropped a 4 and 3. Another underthrown ball into tight coverage. And it's a second loss to a team who's way below 500. And Ramona drops to 4 and 3 on the year. And they're just going to be able to kneel this out. And this is a very different loss than last week. Last week, the quarterback, absolutely why they won. Aiden Holiday last week, makes sense, throws all over you. This week, Lewis Cook Jr. is the quarterback that's ending up beating you. It's not what you want to see. And Nolan Carter, all you can do is congratulate him for the game that he had here today. A rough game from the defense, a rough game from the offense, and it's not good enough for this young team that's trying to win their division as the final seconds click off here. And Ramona's going to lose. Junipero Serra with the upset, 27-21 over the Ramona Rams. We'll catch you next week for our matchup against... Who do we play next week?
I believe it'll be the first matchup of the rivalry with us in modern day. Two freshman quarterbacks, Bo and Drones. We're gonna see which one of them can come out on top. Um, you know, just to be quite frank with you, this was a terrible game. Back-to-back terrible games. And as much as we want to say, yes, the players didn't show up to play because obviously stopping Carter was our one true stop, one true identity on this game, and we did not do that. But you gotta look back and you gotta think, why is the coach calling a screen pass on 3rd and 9 when you clearly didn't get it the first time? You run it again and you don't get it again. And you gotta think, last week he does the same thing where he runs the ball on 4th and 4 and they don't get it again. Obviously, the players didn't play up to par, but the coach must be held accountable for the play call that he had today. Truly astonishing, truly outraged, just disgusting play calling. I'm outraged.
Yeah, it reminds me of 2023 Brian Johnson type play calls here. It's been a rough last 2 weeks for this team as they're struggling to find a way to get their feet back in the sand. Another just guys not showing up again. Carter Hart, the great start that he had to the year, had one tackle today, and that was it. Had no other stats. It was a rough game. Very few people had some bright spots. Wika had a great game. Michkov made some plays, but also gave up a critical touchdown there to Quimbley, who hasn't scored all year. And it's plays like that are gonna kill you. Kyron Drones struggled today. Had bright moments, other times missing routine throws, and it both sides of the ball cost him today.
Absolutely, and as we get ready to head out, Ramona's got some work to do. Dropping down to 4-3, you have a chance to take over your division again, and jump Mater Day for a chance at the 2 seed, and instead they're gonna fall to 4-3, and it's difficult looking at a team that had such great aspirations to win a game, to win a chip, and win big games, and you're losing the games that you kind of think you're supposed to just walk right over a team like this. Unfortunate loss. We'll hope to see a bounce back next week. As for everybody watching, we enjoy you guys watching. We enjoy you guys sticking with us through the technical difficulties. Hopefully we'll be better next week, but only time will tell. As always, thank you guys for showing up. Viva la Ramona, and until next time, people.